Hi everybody, welcome to the Maria Goretti Corner. Well, you know, no Christmas table is complete without the traditional rum-filled, fruit-filled Christmas cake. Well, this is an amazing cake to just make in the house anytime. It just brings the flavor of Christmas right in. So I'm going to start. So you need a bowl and you need 120 grams of all-purpose flour. To the flour, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I'm going to sieve all this together. This is done. Now to this, I'm going to add all my candied fruit. So this is 50 grams of black raisin and 50 grams of kishmish. 50 grams of candied cherry, 50 grams of candied pineapple, 50 grams of mixed fruit and 50 grams of papaya. Now to this I'm going to add just plain cashew. This is done. Now all you have to do is give this a little mix and we are done. We can now keep this onto one side and continue with our cake. These are all our dry ingredients. Now it's time to get all the wet ingredients together. We separate the egg whites. We put the egg whites in a beating bowl here and we add the yellow separately. If you're not very sure of separating the eggs like this, please feel free and put it into a bowl and just pick the egg yolk up. Well, to the yolks you have to add 2 tablespoons of jam. Please go ahead and put any jam you like. And then you have about 10 ml of, actually it's a tablespoon of golden syrup. Then we add 10 ml of caramel color that basically gives the cake that rich brown color to it. We put 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence. We add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. We now give this a good little whisk. This is done. Okay guys, and now you take a nice clean bowl. Always check whether it's clean because you don't know what you've been cooking for Christmas inside it. To this you have to add your 100 grams of unsalted softened butter. To that you add 100 grams of Demerara Sugar and then give it a beautiful whisk so that it becomes nice and fluffy. Now the reason you have to whisk it really well is that this is the base of your cake, so that fluffiness stays. Fabulous, this is nice and fluffy. Now to this butter and Demerara Sugar mix, we are now going to add our egg yolk mix. Here it is. It smells awesome. In it goes with all the Christmas goodness going inside it. Now we're going to give this a quick whisk. So this is ready. It looks very beautiful. Now comes our dry mix. Okay, now the thing is that a traditional cake does not have any pieces of chocolate in it. It has, actually it just has dry fruit. But I cannot imagine not putting chocolate in it. So I'm going to put in 2 handfuls of chocolate buttons into this. Because I think it's just going to add to the richness of the cake. Okay, stir it all in. This is very nice, so it will give it a little gooey flavor. And I'm going to add, say about 1 teaspoon of allspice. So I've just added some allspice powder because the allspice is basically a combination of a whole lot of Christmas spices in it. So it just adds that extra kick into the cake, okay? It doesn't ever go over, but it's just perfect. So that's what I've added. These are the 2 extra ingredients I've added. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to whisk the eggs. You need to whisk the eggs really stiff. So I'm now using a whisk attachment. You know, it's always nicer to do this with a machine. It never really, the egg whites never really get truly stiff unless you're like a real amazing beater. but you can use a handheld machine, it works like magic, but you need to whisk this really stiff. So there it goes. Okay, this is beautiful. It's absolutely beautifully done. So when you beat the egg whites really well, it kind of gives it its lightness, and that's what you're looking for in a cake like this. Okay, now we have to mix each of the components together, which means we have to mix the dry to the wet, and after that is done, you add the egg white. So here we go. We put our dry ingredients to the egg yolk and the butter and the Demerara sugar mix, and you give it a nice easy whisk. This is done. So I just came back from this amazing holiday in Australia and I bought some amazing bakeware. One of the things I bought was really cool looking spatulas, and every spatula comes with little messages. I love the message on this. It says you only live once, lick the spoon, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So right now, of course, I'm going to first, we finished with this, so I'm going to take this off the mixer and I'm going to fold the egg white in. I'm not going to put the egg white again through a mixie because that will just kind of break it all down. I don't want to do that. I want to keep the fluffiness in it. So I'm going to now add the egg white to our cake mix and just ever so slightly mix it all in. It's going to take a bit of time. So as you can see, all the egg white has gotten incorporated in this cake and it's all become a bit gooey. To this cake mix, I'm now going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. Now you need a nice tin, basically a high-rise tin. You need a tin that looks like this. This is 6 inches in diameter, and this is exactly what you need to bake a Christmas cake so that it nicely, when it rises, it kind of rises up here. It does not rise too much because this is a heavy cake, but it will rise nonetheless. So I'm going to put the cake into my baking tin now. Well, our batter is now ready and it now goes into the oven for 1 hour 15 minutes at 150 degrees. It's exactly 1 hour 15 minutes and our cake is ready. It needs absolutely no time more. Oh my God, it's wonderful. This is it. So out of the oven, what you first have to do is take a skewer or a really long toothpick and just make a whole lot of holes into it. The reason we are doing this is because we are now going to pour some rum inside it, and I'm going to add some fresh orange juice because there's no better combination like orange and chocolate, and rum just seals the deal. So here it is. There is no measurement. You put as much as you feel like. This is how it goes. Okay, this is it. Give it a nice little stir and then you just pour it slowly, very slowly, over the cake, and it all, oh my God, this is yum. Basically you have to see that all of it goes right into the cake. Oh, I think this is it. I'm just going to tell you how it tastes. It tastes like party. Okay, I have absolutely no patience, so I have taken out this cake and I'm going to take a bite into it. And I'm going to bake another cake to decorate it. So I'll just go into the center. Oh my God, this is the way cake should be eaten. From the oven, straight into your mouth. If you want to make this most amazing chocolate cake, I suggest you must comment, like, share and subscribe to the Maria Goretti Corner, because here the morsels we have. Merry Christmas.